Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys had an awesome Labor Day weekend. It is Tuesday. It is bright. The sun is shining. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the sun is bright. It's warm. And I have a free coupon code for a Starbucks drink. That's where I'm at. I'm at Starbucks. Now, I didn't come up here just because I'm getting a free Starbucks drink today. I'm actually up here in this part of town because I have to go to the music center for Jana's band books and her repair kit for her trombone. Now, the music center is actually really close to where I used to work. Not where I'm currently at, but where I used to work. It's actually right across the street from it. So I'm actually in the neck of the woods where I used to come to all the time. Plus, I really have to go in and use their facilities. So I'll see you guys in a bit. You know you want some. Although, I think they put a little too much milk or something. It's good. It's really good. It's just not as strong as I'm used to. That or I got the wrong coffee. I'm gonna still drink it anyway, because it's good and I'm tired. And I don't feel like going back in there, and I have some more errands to run, so. So I just dropped about $40 on band supplies. It's not cheap having kids in extracurricular activities. This book right here, Trombone Book 2, is $9, which isn't bad. This Book 1 is $10. Jana needs both books this year, Book 1 and Book 2. The cleaning kit is about $19. So I spent about $40, almost $40 in band supplies just now. $40 even, actually. My receipt says $40 even. So, I guess that's not too shabby, considering the school lets her use their trombone. Man, this isn't even including Lucy's soccer stuff, which I have to wait until tomorrow to get. I get paid tomorrow. But Jana needed this, like, right now. So I can grab all of Lucy's extra stuff tomorrow. But Lucy's soccer stuff is going to be... I don't even want to think about that right now. I need to go pick up her cleats. I'm pretty sure the recreational department will give her a shirt and shorts, but you still have to pay for them. They're pretty inexpensive, but the other stuff you have to pay for, like I have to find the shin guards and the mouth guards, and I just want to get through today with everything that I have to do today because I have to go to work at 2. So I'm at Walmart right now. I have to do some grocery shopping before. You guys can't see the building. I don't even know why I did that. But I have to get food in the house before I go to work. I also have to pick up my husband's prescriptions. He is a diabetic and he takes pain medication for diabetic neuropathy and cholesterol and stuff like that. But if you guys didn't know, Hurricane Irene is a Cat 5. Hurricanes are dangerous. Cat 5s are beyond extremely dangerous. With what happened in Texas, I don't even want to imagine having to go through with that myself. That's just no. And if you're not familiar with me or my channel, I'm actually from the East Coast of North Carolina. I was born there. I was raised there. So I'm familiar with how bad hurricanes can be because we were subject to a few bad storms growing up. And they can reach as far as inland as where I'm at, which is the Piedmont foothills region of western North Carolina right now. I've been here for about 9 years maybe, because my mom and my stepdad live here. So My dad's family is actually still on the East Coast, but my mom moved out here because my stepdad had to move out here. He was in the service and so forth. So that's why they ended up on this part of the state. But hurricanes can be very, very dangerous and deadly. So I might stock up on some stuff today and tomorrow as well. Go ahead and snag it before the stores run out. And they tell you not to panic, and I'm not panicking right now because it can really go either way. But if you look at all the models, we're going to be screwed either way, because if it goes north like they're planning, it's going to roll right on top of us on this part of the state. If it goes to the east a little bit and hits the outer banks and the whole East Coast that way, we're still going to get all the western part of the storm. So I think we're going to get screwed either way. And I think no matter which way the storm goes, I think we should be prepared regardless. So I'm going to go grab some extra non-perishables, some bottles of water, some flashlights and batteries, my husband's medication. I have to make sure we have all of that on hand. And for us, because we have special needs kids, it's going to be a lot of sensory items and their comfort items as well. So I haven't really gone exploring in a while. I think maybe about a week, maybe 2 weeks. And it has mostly to do with the kids' school schedule. I have to really concentrate and focus on everything that they have to do. But because I have Friday off, this Friday I have off, I might go somewhere cool and film that. Hopefully I can make it out there. It's in a place called Shinville, and it's on the other side of Statesville, which is about half an hour from me. I was thinking about maybe going out there and showing you guys something really interesting. Maybe I can pull that off. But let me get my shopping done. I already have some storage of canned goods. I'm one of those people who like to store extra for emergencies anyway. So I do have like this canned good food hoard going on in my giant Lazy Susan. I've got this cabinet and it's a giant Lazy Susan, and it swivels. Nothing but canned goods. But I do have to get some water, some batteries and flashlights too, and maybe some first aid stuff just in case, because you never really know what's going to happen. And never ever buy first aid kits and first aid items without knowing how to use it. That's a big pet peeve of mine. For those of you who are unfamiliar, my background is not management, it's actually healthcare. So it's a long story about how I got from there to here, and I might tell you guys that someday. But for now, and it is something I do hope to get back into, maybe sooner than later, maybe sooner than I hoped. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But until then, if you guys buy any kind of first aid supplies, first aids kit, even if it's just like one of those little rinky-dink plastic containers with band-aids and gauze, verse yourself in how to use those, because the last thing you want to do is get in an emergency and not know how to use your supplies. Speaking of supplies, sweet tea. But please know how to use what you have on hand. If any of my viewers and subscribers are familiar with the area that I'm in currently, we actually got a pretty bad flood a few years ago. They called it the flood of a century, because something only like that happens every 500 years. But we got it pretty bad. Luckily my house was okay. I did get some damage, like underneath my house where the crawl space is. We got a lot of mold, a lot of bugs. That we actually got rid of some of the mold, most of it actually. But other houses in my neighborhood weren't so lucky. They actually got a lot of flood damage. 2 of the houses actually had to be knocked down. And floodwaters can actually cause a lot of damage, more than you could possibly ever expect. what happened with Texas is that there were so many factors that played into the evacuations that many people didn't realize, and people were evacuating before any of the orders were ever issued. But the problem was, people were evacuating as soon as the flood waters were coming over, as soon as the dams were breaking and the rivers were overrunning, and people were actually caught up in that before even the orders were issued. Not only that, but you have to stop and think about who you need to evacuate. Is it just yourself? Do you have elderly parents you're caring for? Do you have sick children you're caring for? Do you have pets? Because a lot of these shelters will not take pets, believe it or not. So, and as heartless as it seems. So you have to think about all the factors. I mean, is everybody in your household mobile and able to move? That's why some of these people just couldn't leave at the drop of a hat. So when something like this happens, you have to absolutely make plans and prepare ahead of time. That's why I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row now, because I don't know if Lucy's going to be able to handle moving at the drop of a hat, or Annie probably not, because her day is very, very routine. And if something goes awry because of the autism, it's instant meltdown. Can you evacuate a kid in the middle of a meltdown? I don't think I could. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I could pick her up and carry her, sure, but I mean, she is strong as an ox during her meltdowns. I'm not even kidding. Ask any parent who has a kid on the autism spectrum. They'll tell you, middle of a meltdown, man, their kid is gone, and they are as strong as an ox. They will take you down, no matter how tall, no matter how bigger you are than them. They can knock you down. Somebody's honking over there. I don't know, but I gotta get these groceries home, and I will see you guys in a little bit. I'm starving, actually. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. It's 10:30, and I am